Hallo, 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 ihr Schlangenbeschwörer und willkommen zurück zu Gabriel Knight. Okay, das mit der Schlange versuche ich nochmal. Ich glaube, da gab es irgendeinen Trick. Irgendwie konnte man die Schlange loswerden.
Why is it so dark in here? Dr. John? Hello? Uh-oh.
Lichtschalter drücken?
You bastard!
Good day, Mr. Knight.
That thing just tried to kill me.
He did? I am sorry. The museum is closed today, you see, and we were not expecting visitors. But if you will excuse me, Mr. Knight, I must go look for him. He is incredibly valuable.
You don't need to ask twice. I'm out of here. By the way, you might want to lock your door next time you're closed.
Not a bad idea. Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
Das war doch Absicht. Okay, okay.
What happened to you?
Who, me? Nothing. Why?
Well, you're kind of a pale green color. Come here.
Pale green, you say? Charming.
What's that on your face?
I'm sure you'll tell me.
Looks like a sparkly or something. Got it.
I love it when you pick stuff off my face, Grace.
Well, excuse me.
Das war bestimmt eine Schuppe von der Schlange. Mal anschauen und vergleichen.
Looks like the python left me a souvenir. Very interesting.
Okay, schauen wir mal. Jupp, die sehen identisch aus. Zumindest in klein.
Gabriel magnifies the era.
Okay, ja. Passt. Und jetzt nochmal auf die andere Schuppe.
Gabriel magnifies the snake scale from the Voodoo Museum's python. Hued with purples and greens. It matches the scale from Lake Pontchartrain. He places the two scales together.
Okay, reicht das als Beweis für Mosley? Ich glaube es zwar nicht, aber vielleicht. Keine Ahnung. Ich zeig's ihm auf jeden Fall mal. Mosley, da.
Hey, mostly. Knight, come on in. I have these two snake scales. One's from the crime scene at Lake Pontchartrain. The other's from a snake in the Voodoo Museum on Ursulines and Charters.
Is this common? Do they all look alike?
Not at all. They're both constrictor scales, and the coloring is the same. A python's coloring is quite individualistic.
A python?
That's right. Hardly an indigenous snake to Louisiana. Somehow, some way, the Voodoo Museum's python was at the scene of the Lake Pontchartrain murder.
Well, I'd call that a lead, all right. It certainly suggests certain lines of inquiry at the museum. Not bad work, Knight. Whether or not the museum's involved with a legitimate voodoo cult, though, is another matter. These guys may just be faking it, too.
Okay, was ist das?
It's a newspaper clipping from the year 1810.
Ah ja, der Zeitungsausschnitt über die Morde, die da schon mal stattgefunden haben. 1810 rum ist derselbe Mordfall. Also ähnliche Mordfälle sind auch in dem Jahr passiert.
This is a newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810. That murder is an exact match of the Voodoo murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
This does sound like the same M.O. 1810?
1810. They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? That they are a threat?
Sure. If there is a voodoo cult, they're a threat.
Okay, was habe ich noch, was ich ihm zeigen könnte? Die Notizen von Hart. Vom Professor.
Take a look at these notes. They're from Professor Hartridge at Tulane University.
Yeah? And what about them?
They confirm that the pattern from the murders is of African origin.
This is interesting if true. But how do you know he had the right pattern?
I took this tracing from a tattoo on Crash's chest. It's related to the underworld voodoo cult.
Yeah? What makes you think that?
It's what Crash said just before he died.
Well, he was probably hallucinating from the drugs he OD'd on. Probably got that in the Navy or something.
No, I'm sure it's related. It's a snake seed, and
Even if it were a signal of some sort, that doesn't prove that the murders were done by a legit voodoo cult.
Was habe ich noch?
I have this snake bracelet. It's a replica of one used in secret voodoo ceremonies a few decades ago.
Really? And what makes you think so?
I got it from an old Creole lady whose grandmother was an acolyte of Marie Laveau.
Gabriel. We get these little old ladies in here all the time. That bracelet is probably not genuine, and it wouldn't prove anything if it were.
This is
You know those marks you found around the murder victims? This is a reconstruction of the whole pattern.
What makes you think this is an accurate reconstruction?
Well, I borrowed the partial patterns from your police file and did my own tracing of the pattern at Lake Pontchartrain. An architectural artist reconstructed it for me from the partials.
Really? So that's what Hartridge used, huh? I guess his analysis is on target then. Okay, the murders were committed by a legitimate voodoo cult. You proved your point. Okay, I'll reopen the case. I hate to admit it, but you've done some pretty good detective work here, Knight.
Well, you know what they say. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Well, point taken. Glad I could inspire you. I'll check around the department, but I have a feeling I'm on my own. In fact, I better lock up this office just in case I step on a few toes. Come on.
Was jetzt? Mann, ist der schnell.
Now, lay low and let me handle this.
Yeah, fine.
It's getting late. Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
Damn!
Sechster Tag. Und heller Tag ward, wo die Nacht regiert. Und wieder war der Text so schnell weg, als dass ich ihn hätte lesen können. Was zum... Ist das ein...
What is it? What's wrong?
Gabriel?
I see it, Grace. Hold on. There's no one in the shop, and I know there's no one in back. It's okay.
Okay? Gabriel, that thing is still barely alive. How could someone do this?
With a knife, maybe?
God, don't even start. We should call the police.
No. I'll take care of it.
But Gabriel...
I said I'll take care of it. Why don't you go get some coffee? I'll have it all cleaned up before you get back.
Oh, they know where you live now.
It's gonna be fine. Now go on. Are you sure you don't want to go home? I could close the shop today.
No. I'd rather keep busy. I'll be fine. At least that creepy guy is gone. Oh. Not that they aren't still watching.
Ich hätte auch ein bisschen Schiss bekommen, muss ich gestehen.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Nope. None right now.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure. What?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Okay, dann gehen wir mal. Ich speichere erstmal und dann gehen wir mal raus und fahren ein bisschen durch die Stadt. Oh.
Gabriel!
I see it. Stay back.
Nimm einen Brief.
It's just an envelope.
I can see that.
Öffnen.
Gabriel opens the envelope and finds a note from Mosley and a small brass key. It's a note from Mosley. Mosley's note says,
Gabe, I have to go underground with this thing. It runs wide and deep throughout the department and the city board. I'm already being watched. It was suggested I take vacation time, so I am. At least as far as they know. Try to keep out of this. It's too hot for a rookie. Just in case, I'm sending you my office key. You might find some useful things there. P.S. I think this note will look great in the book, don't you? Make sure you save it.
the note is signed, Detective Mosley.
Dann fahren wir doch mal in sein
Are you
Büro.
gonna be okay here by yourself?
I'll be just fine. Just fix this, okay?
I'm trying, Gracie.
Dann fahren wir mal in sein Büro und schauen uns da ein bisschen um. Da.
Gabriel can't do anything but that door from the lobby.
You got no business back there now. Move along.
Sorry. Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
We don't have a, Detective Mosley here.
Was?
What? I've seen him all week.
Listen to what I'm saying. We don't have a Detective Mosley on the force.
Also stecken die auch mit drin. Die haben ihre Finger überall im Spiel. Auch bei der Polizei. Okay, wir reden nochmal im Voodoo-Museum mit Dr. John über Damballa.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
Und über Ogun
Can I ask you
Badagri.
some more questions?
Of course. I also find our dialogue stimulating.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
Of course. It is one of the Loa.
What can you tell me about the Loa Damballa?
Damballa is a snake lore. It originated in Africa and is also worshipped heavily in Haiti, I believe.
Do you worship Damballa?
Mr. Knight, in voodoo, all of the Loa are given their due respect.
What else can you tell me about the Loa Damballa?
I am afraid I have little else to say about that subject.
Are you sure you don't know anything about Ogun Badagri?
I am afraid I have little else to say about that subject.
Do you know anything about Veves?
I believe they have something to do with Haitian voodoo, but that is not really my area.
Do you know anything about Rada drums?
There are some against the wall, but I do not play myself.
You don't know anything about a drum code?
I do not believe there is such a thing, Mr. Knight.
Partridge died getting that information. Gabriel doesn't want to endanger anyone else.
Okay, kann ich verstehen.
Are you sure about this pattern?
I am sure, Mr. Knight.
This is the
Okay.
I'll be going.
Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
Sind da neue Zeichen drauf?
Gabriel already copied the marks on the tomb.
Kann ich da was dazu schreiben?
Gabriel should at least wait until the watchman is gone before defacing the tomb.
Okay, dann warten wir mal. Und er geht. Hallo Wicker. Nicht ans Mikrofon, meine Süße.
I think I'll leave a message of my own.
Was schreibe ich denn mal? Ich habe keine Ahnung. Ich weiß nicht was. Okay, ich glaube, ich mache mal einen kleinen Schnitt und dann sehen wir uns in der nächsten Folge, nachdem ich die Katze gefüttert habe. Bis dann.